Hello students. In my last videos, I have told you how to evaluate double integration, how to evaluate triple integration. Okay, we also have seen some application for double integration, that is to find the area, for triple integration to find the volume. Okay, now we see one more application for double and triple integration, that is finding center of gravity and moment of inertia. We'll first start with center of gravity and then we'll see moment of inertia. Okay, so what is center of mass? You all know what is center of mass. Center of mass is nothing but at the point at which the resultant mass act. Okay, and whereas what is center of gravity? Center of gravity is not is point where resultant weight acts. Okay, so that is the difference between center of mass where resultant mass acts and center of gravity where resultant weight acts. Okay, now here weight is actually proportional to the mass, therefore center of mass is the center same as the center of point of the center of gravity. Okay, so now what is a center of mass? Suppose you are given a mass m located on a line at some at coordinate x. Okay, then the moment about the point having coordinate x bar as is nothing but the product of mass into x minus x bar, m into x minus x bar. So suppose now you are given several such moments, say m1, m2, mn, and that is number of masses mi's located at points xi's, I goes from 0 to n, then summation of all such mi into xi minus x bar is the total moment of the mass about the point x bar, right? So balancing point of this masses is located respectively at x1, x2 and xn on the x-axis. So if you solve this equation, summation mi xi minus x bar equal to 0, we obtain the equation for x bar as summation xi mi upon summation mi, that is summation of xi into mi's upon summation of masses, right? This x bar is nothing but the center of mass of the system of these masses. Okay, so first we know now what is center of mass for the system of masses. So suppose your mass is located in a plane. Okay, this was this what we've seen was located on a line. Okay, suppose now we observe that point masses are located in a plane, then we will have for two coordinates x bar, that is summation mi xi upon summation mi, and y bar as summation mi yi upon mi. If the point masses are situated in space, then we observe we have x bar, y bar and z bar, right? Now this was when you are given discrete, okay, discrete type of masses. Suppose you are given a continuous mass distribution, okay, then what will happen? The summations will be replaced and as integrals. Means क्या हो जाएगा? In form of integrals we'll get x bar as integral x dm upon integral dm, y bar integral y dm upon the integral dm, and z bar is integral z dm upon integral dm. Okay, this point masses, elementary masses, will be represented as dm, and since we have considered the mass distribution as a continuous distribution, so summations will be replaced as corresponding integrals. Okay, so now here we observe this x bar, y bar and z bar is nothing but the center of gravity of this mass distribution, okay, over a space. So now if you are asked to find the center of gravity of an arc of a curve, okay, suppose you are given some continuous curve and you are asked to find the center of gravity of some arc in that curve. Okay, suppose you are given this arc, okay, you are asked for to find for this arc CD, center of point क्या होगा? Suppose this is P. Okay, so how do we define mass? Mass is nothing but density into length. Now since the considering for an arc, यहाँ पे हो जाएगा mass as density into length. Means for some small elementary mass over this region, suppose dm, ये हो जाएगा, suppose rho is a density and ds is the small length, then with mass क्या हो जाएगा? dm is equal to rho ds. Means center of gravity x bar y bar of this arc CD will be given as x bar, that is nothing but dm क्या होगा replaced as rho ds, means it will become integral x rho ds upon integral rho ds. Y bar as integral y rho ds upon y rho integral rho ds. Okay, if rho is treated as constant, density is constant, then this form becomes x equal to integral x ds upon integral ds, and y bar as integral y ds upon integral ds. Now how do we get this ds? Ds is nothing, depends on the type of curve you are given, whether it is a y equal to f of x form curve, or x equal to f of y type curve, or whether you are given a parametric curve, that is x equal to f of t, y equal to g of t type curve, or whether you are given equal to r equal to f of theta, or theta equal to f of r form. All these formulas we have seen under rectification. What is, how to find these? Please refer the first video of rectification of curves to get this formulas. Okay, so now ये हो गया CG of an arc of a curve. Suppose you are asked to find CG of a plane area, a plane lamina. Okay, तो क्या होगा यहाँ पे mass will become density into area, right? So for some small elementary mass, dm क्या हो जाएगा, rho into dA. The formula become dm will be replaced as rho into dA. Means ये formula क्या होगा, x bar will become integral x rho dA upon integral rho dA. Y bar will become integral rho y rho dA upon integral rho dA, right? But in Cartesian, in case now this is in single integral. If you want to express it as a double integral, dA will be replaced as dx into dy when you are considering for a Cartesian system, right? So for Cartesian system ये हो जाएगा formula x equal to integral double integral x rho dx dy upon double integral rho dx dy. Y bar as a double integral y rho dx dy upon double integral rho dx dy. If rho is constant, ये होगा सिर्फ integral double integral x dx up dy upon integral dx dy, and so on for y bar also. Now this was in a Cartesian system. Suppose you are asked for a polar system, so xy will be replaced as r cos theta and r sin theta respectively. Also dx dy will be replaced as r dr d theta. Means ये क्या हो जाएगा, x bar हो जाएगा if you substitute x replace as r cos theta, rho as it is density, and dx dy replaced as r dr d theta. Means ये formula हो जाएगा r square cos theta rho dr d theta upon double integral rho r dr d theta. Similarly y bar के लिए मिलेगा double integral r square sin theta, this r and this r square sin theta rho dr d theta upon double integral rho r dr d theta. If rho is constant, accordingly we can write the formula for x bar and y bar. Okay, so we know what is center of gravity for an arc, for a plane. Now here we observe this is plane lamina x with respect to x, y and terms. Suppose we are given a plane lamina which is bounded by a single curve y equal to f of x and x-axis, and between the ordinates x equal to and x equal to b. Okay, such is the plane lamina if you are given, right? So how do we evaluate, how do we check what is the center of gravity? What we'll do, we will consider a strip in this region. Okay, इस strip का suppose some length dx की एक strip consider करते हैं. Okay, so for this strip, if rho is a mass per unit area, then I can express dm as rho into y dx, because y will be the center point for this strip. Okay, means center of gravity of this strip will be a midpoint x and comma y by 2. Okay, this half of the strip y by 2. मतलब फॉर्मूला क्या हो जाएगा, x बार विल बी इंटीग्रल x रो y dx अपॉन इंटीग्रल रो y dx, एंड y बार का फॉर्मूला क्या होगा, y विल बी द हाफ ऑफ दिस स्ट्रिप ना, मतलब सेंटर पॉइंट पे जाएगा, मतलब हाफ पॉइंट मतलब यहाँ पे हो जाएगा, तो ये हो जाएगा y बाय 2 इंटू रो y dx अपॉन इंटीग्रल रो y dx. If you take half common, ये formula accordingly you can write it as integral rho y square dx upon integral rho y dx. Similarly, now if you are given a center of you are asked to find a center of gravity for a sector. sectorial element sector between two angles alpha and beta. Suppose you are given a curve r equal to f of theta between two angles alpha and theta. Okay, so now again what do we do? Oh, suppose this is alpha, this is angle alpha beta, you have to consider for this region between this. What do we consider? We consider a small region between this. Okay, as a for radial. So if you consider this is a small region, it represents nothing but a triangle. This small region represents a triangle, isosceles triangle you can say, and we know isosceles triangle center point यहाँ पे होता है, right? And मतलब क्या है for isosceles triangle? This is the 1/3 part of this center, and this is the 2/3 part from the origin. If you consider its center is located as 2/3 from the base, the center is located at 1/3 part, right? So with what do we consider? We will consider here solving by with respect to origin. Okay, means we will consider the 2/3, means ये center कहाँ पे lie होगा? It will lie at 2 from the 2/3 region. Okay, so 2/3 of r cos theta and of x, 2/3 of y, that is in polar, 2/3 of r cos theta and 2/3 point of r sin theta. Okay, so suppose rho is again mass per unit area, then df area for this sector is nothing but half r square d theta, half into length into half into base into height. For by that formula मतलब dm क्या हो जाएगा? Rho half r square d theta. And what is the center of center point? Center point and is on median through origin is nothing but the 2/3 point distance. It is located at 2/3 distance. So 2/3 of x and y, that is 2/3 of r cos theta and 2/3 of r sin theta. मतलब ये फॉर्मूला x बार क्या हो जाएगा? 2/3 वैल्यू ऑफ इंटीग्रल अल्फा टू बीटा r क्यूब cos theta d theta अपॉन इंटीग्रल अल्फा टू बीटा r स्क्वायर d theta. सिमिलरली y बार क्या हो जाएगा? 2/3 इंटीग्रल अल्फा टू बीटा r क्यूब sin theta d theta and integral r square d theta. Okay, now this we seen for an arc, for an plane. Similarly we can express for solids also. Solids में क्या हो जाएगा? We will consider elementary part, elementary mass will be considered for a volume. Volume nothing but dx dy dz, means dm will be considered as rho, df mass it will be as density into the volume, means rho into dx dy dz. Accordingly x bar, y bar and z bar will be expressed. X bar as triple integral x rho dx dy dz upon triple integral rho dx dy dz. Accordingly we can express y bar also and z bar also. Also if rho is constant, rho कट जाएगा, मतलब रहेगा सिर्फ ट्रिपल इंटीग्रल x dx dy dz upon triple integral dx dy dz. Okay, so now we have seen formulas for all these terms. Okay, let us see a few examples. Now what does the question says? Find the CG of the arc of the cycloid x equal to a times theta plus sin theta and y equal to a in times 1 minus cos theta measured from cusp to cusp. Now first question, first देखना हमें CG किसका पूछा है? आर्क का पूछा है, एरिया का पूछा है, और इट इज अ सॉलिड. Okay, so if you observe here we are asked for CG of an arc. Arc from what? From a cusp point to another cusp. So if you trace out the this curve, this is going to be the cycloid. Between these two cusps we have to calculate its length, a center of gravity. Okay, so if you observe the center point will lie here exactly, since it is symmetrical. मतलब यहाँ पे x बार की वैल्यू क्या है? x bar, x is 0, it is symmetrical, it is symmetrical about y axis. x is 0, मतलब x bar भी क्या हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा. Remaining will be only to find y bar. So according to the formula of center of gravity, y bar क्या है? Integral y ds upon integral ds, center of gravity of arc. Now we need to calculate this ds. ds we know, I can, since it is a parametric equation, ds is calculated as root dx by d theta whole square plus dy by d theta whole square. So when you evaluate this for x, given x and y, we observe ds is 2a cos theta by 2 d theta. So मतलब न्यूमरेटर टर्म विल फर्स्ट फाइंड एंड देन विल फाइंड डिनोमिनेटर. तो न्यूमरेटर टर्म क्या है यहाँ पे, इंटीग्रल वाई डी एस. अभी यहाँ ये कहाँ से कहाँ तक जाए, वी विल फाइंड फॉर वन पार्ट. डबल विल गिव अस फॉर द होल आर्क, राइट. सो वन आर्क मतलब ये आर्क कहाँ से कहाँ तक जा रहा है, 0 to पाई तक जा रहा है. सो विल कंसिडर 2 times इंटीग्रल 0 to पाई. Okay, y that is nothing but a times 1 minus cos theta. So यहाँ पे हो जाएगा a times 1 minus cos theta into ds, that is 2a cos theta by 2 d theta. 1 minus cos theta you can express it as 2 sin square theta by 2. This 2a and this 2 you can take it outside common. ये 4a square common का outside. 1 minus cos theta को express किया as 2 sin square theta by 2. Right. So if you observe, if you make an adjustment of 2 here, if I multiply and divide by 2, sin theta का derivative है cos theta. So sin theta by 2 का derivative cos theta by 2 upon 1 by 2, that is multiplied by 2 मिलेगा हमें. 2 sin square theta in 2 sin theta into cos theta by 2. मतलब यहाँ पे derivative मिल रहा है. We know the formula f of x into f dash of x. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस फॉर्मूला हमें क्या मिलेगा, इसकी वैल्यू 2 times sin क्यूब थीटा बाई 2/3 बिटवीन द लिमिट 0 to पाई. मतलब न्यूमरेटर की वैल्यू क्या मिल गई, 16a square by 3. सिमिलरली विल कैलकुलेट डिनोमिनेटर. डिनोमिनेटर इज इंटीग्रल ds. ds is 2a cos theta by 2 d theta. Evaluation of this is easy. Again within the limit 0 to pi we will consider multiplying by 2. We will get the value for y bar as 2a by 3. मतलब न्यूमरेटर अपॉन डिनोमिनेटर. अल्टीमेटली मुझे वाई बार की वैल्यू, सॉरी डिनोमिनेटर मिल रहा है 8a एंड अल्टीमेटली न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर करोगे तो वाई बार की वैल्यू मिलेगी 2a by 3. दैट इज मीन्स सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी ऑफ एन आर्क ऑफ द साइक्लॉइड फ्रॉम cusp to cusp is 0, 2a by 3. Okay, since it is symmetrical about y axis. Next, the question says find the center of gravity of the area of the cardioid. Cardioid are equal to a times 1 plus cos theta which lies above the initial line. अभी हमें यहाँ पे सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी फाइंड आउट करना है एरिया के लिए. सो अकॉर्डिंगली हमें वो फॉर्मूला यूज करना होगा, सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी फॉर एरिया. बट फॉर विच एरिया दे हैव सेड विच लाइज अबाउ द इनिशियल लाइन. सो थीटा इक्वल टू 0 एज योर इनिशियल लाइन. इसके ऊपर के रीजन के लिए हमें सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी फाइंड आउट करना है. आर इक्वल टू a times 1 plus cos theta इज अ पॉजिटिव साइड कार्डियोड. सो यहाँ पे कुछ यहाँ पे रहेगा ये सेंटर. अभी क्या हो जाएगा, कार्डायोड if is given, मतलब r we know how r varies from 0 to 8 times 1 plus cos theta. How will theta vary? Theta will vary from 0 to pi. Okay, and for area in polar form we have a formula as x bar as double integral xr dr d theta upon double integral r dr d theta. x is nothing but r cos theta, मतलब ये हो जाएगा r square cos theta dr d theta upon double integral r dr d theta, right. So we'll first evaluate numerator and then denominator part. तो numerator evaluate करोगे, numerator मतलब theta goes from 0 to pi, r goes from 0 to 8 times 1 plus cos theta. Now here you observe r के limits में theta is mentioned, so we'll first integrate with respect to r and then we'll integrate with respect to theta. मतलब कि क्या हो जाएगा, 0 to pi cos theta r square का इंटीग्रेशन r cube by 3 विद इन द लिमिट 0 to 8 times 1 plus cos theta. Substitute this 8 times 1 plus cos theta मतलब a cube by 3 कांस्टेंट ले सकते हो. 1 plus cos theta whole cube you can evaluate it a plus b whole cube फॉर्मूला से. अकॉर्डिंगली तुम्हारे टर्म्स मिल जाएंगे विद इन 0 to pi. नाउ इफ यू go through the reduction formulas, we know within the limit 0 to pi, if cos has odd powers, it is the value is 0. If it has even power, we can express it as 2 times integral 0 to pi by 2. तो यहाँ पे observe किया तो this has a even power, this two terms has odd power. Ultimately within 0 to pi इसके value क्या हो गई, 0. Remaining will be this two terms, cos square and cos raised to 4. Apply the reduction formula, we get the value of numerator as 5a cube pi by 8. Now next evaluate the denominator term. Denominator term क्या है? 0 to pi 0 to a times 1 plus cos theta r dr d theta. Evaluate 1 plus cos theta whole square. Again if you observe cos की power 1 है within the limit 0 to pi. By reduction formula it is going to be 0. ये 0 हो जाएगा. 1 का integration with respect to theta within the limits pi. ये हो जाएगी pi value. Again by reduction formula इसकी value होगी 2 times 0 to pi by 2 मतलब 2 times 1 by 2 into pi by 2. मीन्स न्यू डिनोमिनेटर की वैल्यू क्या मिल गई? 3a square pi by 4. मीन्स x बार मिल गया न्यूमरेटर अपॉन डिनोमिनेटर दैट इज 5a cube pi by 8 upon 3a cube pi by 4 that is 5a by 6. राइट. सो ये हो गया x बार. अभी नेक्स्ट क्या हमें फाइंड आउट करना है? y बार. सो y बार कैसे फाइंड आउट करोगे? वी हैव द फॉर्मूला डबल इंटीग्रल y r dr d थीटा अपॉन डबल इंटीग्रल r dr d थीटा. y को सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, रिप्लेस करो r साइन थीटा से. अकॉर्डिंगली तुम्हारा न्यूमरेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर टर्म मिलेगा. नाउ इफ यू ऑब्जर्व डिनोमिनेटर सेम टर्म इज सेम हियर एज वेल एज इन दिस x बार. सो डिनोमिनेटर फिर से फाइंड आउट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. विल जस्ट इवेल्युएट न्यूमरेटर. सो न्यूमरेटर इवेल्युएट करोगे विद इन द लिमिट 0 to pi 0 to 8 times 1 plus cos theta. Now remember यहाँ पे मैंने 0 to pi लिया है दोनों इसमें. If you want you can consider here only 2 times 0 to pi by 2 and accordingly evaluate. That is also correct. Again within the limits when you evaluate, again we observe we come to terms where we have sine into cos square, sine into cos cube terms. And again if you go to reduction formulas वहाँ पे sin raised to m into cos raised to n के भी formulas देखे हुए. वहाँ पे we know we have seen if it depends on n within the limit 0 to pi the value depends on n, that is the power of cos. If cos has odd power within the limit 0 to pi ये 0 होता है. If it has even power we can write it as 2 times 0 to pi by 2. So यहाँ पे cos की odd powers है इन दो terms के लिए, इसलिए दो terms automatically 0 हो गए. By reduction formula remaining will be these terms which we will evaluate. Evaluating we observe numerator value as 4a cube by 3 and denominator we already know. So y bar की value क्या मिल गई? 16a upon 9 pi. Means the center of gravity for the cardioid above the initial line is 5a by 6 into 16a by 9 pi. Okay.